Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, but I've actually been waiting to make this specific video for a little while. Okay, so that may not be entirely true, but NHL 18 is on its last legs, and the game is kind of dying, so there's not really a whole lot I can make a video about. However, I did have an NHL 18 video in the works, but with the beta coming out today, I'm going to postpone that video for next week, and I'm not sure you guys are really going to mind that. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about today was my first impressions of the NHL 19 beta. Now, it came out this morning and I woke up and I saw it all over Twitter, so I downloaded it right away. And honestly, like, it's not that bad. Like, it's actually a pretty good beta this year. To be fair, I have said that about the past two betas, although the full game has been sort of lacking. I don't know what it is about NHL 19, but I have a good feeling about this year. So the features that we got in the beta, which by the way runs until August 2nd, but the features we got was, it included the world of chel, which is kind of cool. It's 3s, 1s, and EASHL, where you basically create a character, and it's the same character throughout every mode. And then versus, no hut this year, unfortunately, but those are some pretty solid game modes to give us an idea of what the game's going to be about. Now, I'm just going to get this out of the way. I'm not going to talk about 3s because 3s was in the game last year, and from my understanding, it hasn't changed at all. So I'm just going to leave that out of this video, but I'm going to talk about the other 3 modes. Firstly, I'm going to start with the most popular one by far, and it's the most highly anticipated feature, NHL 1s. So it was the most anticipated addition to the game, and it's pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie, but it does have its issues. So the main issue is that the hitting is really out of control, which honestly, you know, maybe I'm just being a big baby about it, but every time somebody even like looks at your player, you fall down and you take forever to get back up. Now, again, maybe I'm just not used to it, but I don't really like that it takes you forever to get back up, and it's sort of like you're injured every time you get hit. Also, it's sort of OP to rag the puck, because if you're good at stick handling or dangling, if you go up by 1 goal, you can seriously just rag the puck. It's not as easy as it is in EASHL or Versus or Hut, but it's still ragging the puck, and it's kind of game breaking in my opinion. But yeah, it's fun. I'm sad that you can't play goalie in 1s, because I know I would be all over that as a goalie, just to have fun. I mean, why not? But yeah, I'm gonna rate this I'm gonna rate NHL 1s a 7 out of 10 because it's fun, but it has its issues. EASHL, the mode that I play the most every year, hands down. All my hours are spent in EASHL. Now, I really think it's cool that you can set presets. I didn't talk about that in 1s, but you can set presets to where you can set your weight and your height, and you can add boosters onto your character, and I really think that's cool. I had fun playing around with goalie presets because I am a goalie. I don't really play skater. I haven't played skater in EASHL yet, but everyone I've talked to is really enjoying the new skating. Because apart from the skating, EASHL hasn't really changed other than you can edit your characters, but the skating makes a huge difference. I talked to guys like Toffoli on the PS4 side, and he said that it feels so amazing being able to turn on a dime, and pivots feel so seamless. Toffoli also mentioned that you were able to keep a lot of speed when doing crossovers, which is one of the things that EA advertised, and I really think it's cool that it's sort of true, because EA has sort of a track record of saying things and then it doesn't really pan out in the full game. But the new menu in EASHL is pretty cool, but it has its issues. Like when you need to switch captaincy for the room, you have to leave the entire room. You can't just unready. You have to leave the entire room to hand captaincy over to somebody. But also, from my opinion, these servers are way better than in NHL 18. I don't know if they switched servers, I don't know what happened, but the game feels way more fluid in the beta than it did in NHL 18. But overall, EASHL still works fine, and it's still fun to play with friends, so I'm going to go ahead and give EASHL a 6 out of 10 just because the menu is a little hard to get used to. But the skating is great, and it's still as fun as ever. Lastly, I'm going to talk about Versus here, and Versus hasn't really changed at all other than a few aesthetic things and the skating, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about this real quick. So first and foremost, the skating has been changed, just like in EASHL. I feel like it was just, I don't know what it was about Versus, but I felt it a lot more in Versus than I did in EASHL. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but a lot of the moves were really exaggerated, and it almost became clunky again with the new RPM technology. I don't usually like to say that stuff is a rewrap of previous years or whatever that is, but I'm unfortunately going to have to say that Versus mode hasn't really changed from NHL 18. And you could make the argument that the skating alone is enough to brand it as a new thing. But I just don't see it like that, because the same goals are being scored and you kind of have to play the exact same way that you did, because the skating really doesn't play a big part in it as you think. Also, the 5-man celebrations were cool, I guess. But even the 5-man celebrations are really weird if you could watch a couple of them. They look really weird. That's really all I'm going to say on that matter, because I'm not a huge Versus guy. You're going to have to go to somebody else for that. But Versus, I'm going to have to give it a 4 out of 10, just because of what I mentioned. It feels a lot more clunky. But the other stuff with the beta is really cool, like being able to set presets and just customize pretty much whatever you want about your player. The bag system is really cool, where you get to open hockey bags and you get item. That's pretty cool, and I think if you pre-order the game, you get a couple like really good hockey bags for really good items. So if you're interested in that, then I guess go ahead and go pre-order the game. I'll have a link down below where you can do that. But I want to hear your thoughts on the beta so far and what you think is going to happen between now and the game. Do you think NHL 19 will be just another dud game, or do you think this is the beginning of something spectacular? I look forward to being able to converse with you guys, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe while you're at it. I will catch you guys all in the next video. Take care and goodbye.